Hi, this is Ben from Fixitgearware Security, and today we are introducing our code series with Fixitgearware Security and the various learning parts we'll be covering in our code episodes. This episode will randomly cover programming languages such as C, C++, PHP, Python, Ruby, and Bash scripting. So without wasting much of your time, let's dive into the first episode, which is the introduction. Why you should learn how to code as a cybersecurity engineer stroke professional. 100% of these tools used in all cybersecurity professions are built on codes. This also helps you in understanding the hardware requirements running these tools on your computer. For example, considering running a tool like Nessus would require a minimum RAM hardware of 16 gigabytes. You don't want to be using an 8 gigabyte RAM and wonder why your computer is slow. The next point why you should learn how to code as a cybersecurity engineer is understanding how these tools connect on the back end is based on the knowledge of its code. So you'll be able to understand how these tools work if you understand the programming language or the code language they are written on. The third point is to know how to spot malicious codes in these tools. Sometime last year, if we're not wrong, a threat actor created malicious Python packages, and these packages were necessary to run certain functions in Python. However, the purpose of the developer was to infect users and mine cryptocurrencies. By the time this was noticed, over thousands of GitHub repositories have been infected. Cloners, who are GitHub repo cloners, were discovered to have been infected by the packages, and their systems were all infected or working botnets without their knowledge. This is one of the reasons as well you should learn coding to avoid falling victims to open source tools. Moving on to statistical data, in the year 2022, report shows that GitHub supply chain attack could rise to over 83 million. Report from 2023 also shows that a PYPI package was discovered to have affected over 45,000 GitHub users. And not just that, just in 2024, the number of GitHub repositories discovered to have been infected in a cyber attack accounts for over 100,000 users. As you can see from the statistical data, by looking at the data provided, it's another major reason you should learn coding, especially if you are always using open source tools. This also serves as protective measures whereby you can be able to read these codes before you clone them or read information about the various packages before you install them. On what you will be learning with us, first you'll be learning how to code. That is our first agenda. Our code focus will be based on cybersecurity tools, as these codes are commonly experienced or used in our daily cybersecurity pen testing or defending routines. We'll also be teaching you how to read and debug these codes. For example, when you write a code and you're not sure of what error is throwing or what is really happening to your code, we'll be teaching you how to debug these errors and how to read these codes. The code language we'll be covering, or the code language to be taught, are PHP, C, C++, Python, Bash scripts, and Ruby. Next, we'll be teaching you how to use this code to build simple tools. These tools can be network scanning tools, custom simple scripts for pen testing, and so on. We'll be building these tools and we'll be showing you the concept, how they work, and what this tools is actually doing. Next, also, you will be able to understand the various concepts in coding. For example, how functions are implemented, conditional statements, and so on. The purpose of this concept and why we'll be teaching this concept is for you to understand how to implement this concept from a robust code to make it a simple readable code. The next point is reading GitHub repositories before cloning to detect malicious files or codes. So we'll be teaching you how to read GitHub repository files. This includes checking the various tools, functions, and what they are doing. If they contain proxies, teach you how to pick those proxies and check if they have been listed as IOCs, which is an indicator of compromise. Next is our premium courses. Our premium courses will include full coding and not just snippets of code as we'll be publishing here on YouTube. YouTube is basically snippets of code. We can decide to pick, okay, let's say for today, we want to talk about conditional statements. We can decide to talk about if and else statements, and that's it. We'll try to make the video short and explain it in shorter and quicker time so that even you that is trying to learn, you can be able to grasp this information very fast within a short video time frame. In our premium courses also, we will build a full program, tool-based, and just a simple program, and tell you how it works, how to design your own program for easy debugging, how to write comments that are readable to not just you, because sometime in the future you would also forget how your code works because you've moved on to something better or something more complex. The comment writing would not just be about you as well, but also future developers who will come across your code and try to add some good functionalities and make it much better. How often will those contents be? Every Thursday midnight US time, we'll be publishing these short videos on various coding topics. This will be a random short codes of the various languages we promise to teach. It is not a full course, but rather codes that explain the code in action. So basically, when we write functions, we'll tell you what the function is all about and what the function is actually doing. This will also make you understand or have a clearer view on when or where to implement functions in your codes and where it is not necessary to implement functions. So we have come to an end of this introduction. Do remember to subscribe and turn on notification bell to know when we publish these various contents. See you in our next video. Thank you.